Slow night, huh?
Like most of them, fortunately. Look, I don't know what made you write that last column of yours, but it took a lot of guts to defend Bo Reinecker around here. Someone ought to say thanks. For his family and all.
Well, fair's fair.
Yeah. Look, I have a wife, a new baby. I've only been a cop for 8 months. I'm still on probation with the department.
You'll make it.
Not if they knew I told you.
Told me what?
They're gonna railroad him. If the judge sends him to the county hospital, he's had it.
What do you mean? Even if they put him away now, the county doctors still have to reconsider his case every 6 months.
I heard the chief talking on the phone to Doc Gage. The guy in charge of the county hospital is Gage's brother-in-law. Bo will be there till he rots. Someone ought to advise the guy. You know? Someone might tell him this county's got no jurisdiction if he hightails it out of here. That's what I'd tell him. If I could.
Hello?
Look, I just found out something.
Where are you, home?
No, let me just tell you what I heard.
Who is that?
No one, Dad.
Is that the girl?
I have to see you.
Yeah, hang up. Damn it.
Burger bar, 10 minutes. I need the truck, Dad.
Not a chance. I've turned you loose on this town once too often.
Please, Dad.
I said no.
I just found out you're never going to get out of that hospital if they commit you. It's rigged, Bo. You have to leave town tonight.
I can't leave.
Why?
This afternoon at the lake, I remembered something Lisa said that night. It's coming back.
Then it'll come back in Oklahoma.
No, not without you. You're the reason I can remember. Being with you, I can feel Lisa. I can hear her.
Doesn't matter. You can't stay here any longer.
That night, she told me she loved me, not Drew. Why would I have killed her? All we need's a little more time together.
Time? Time is what you haven't got, don't you see?
Please, I'm begging you.
They're going to crucify you. God in heaven, are you nuts? I didn't mean that. I'm really sorry.
But if you love me, then why him?
I can't marry you because I'm marrying Drew Lanscott.
Why Drew, Lisa?
I'm not Lisa.
Tell me!
No!
Oh, God.
Bo?
I deserve what they're gonna do to me.
want to remind everybody that this is a hearing, not a trial, open only to those interested parties I've approved. Mr. Estes, it is your obligation to show a likelihood that Mr. Reinecker is both mentally ill and dangerous to himself or others. Are you ready to proceed?
County's ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Walker, you're the appointed counsel for the defense. Are you ready?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Good. Let's get on with it.
Were you surprised when the proposed patient attacked you?
Sure. Everybody was. Who knows what gets into a guy like that?
You're saying that nobody provoked Mr. Reinecker in any way that morning?
Not that I saw.
When you denied him the truck keys, what happened?
He threw me down. And I thought for a second he was going to kill me.
And having examined Mr. Reinecker, Doctor, what is your diagnosis?
I would say the proposed patient suffers from an intermittent explosive disorder as well as localized psychogenic amnesia and should undergo further treatment, definitely.
Thank you, Doctor. No further questions.
Mr. Walker, your cross-examination, please.
No questions, Your Honor. We've requested a copy of Mr. Reinecker's state dismissal report, which we believe will differ sharply with the petitioner's doctor. My secretary is waiting for it at the airport right now.
The airport?
Your Honor, counsel's had 4 days to prepare. Surely he doesn't expect us to delay a probable cause hearing while...
I asked them to have it ready by 8 this morning. It's not my fault.
All right, all right. If that's all you got, we'll start again at 9 tomorrow. But I'm warning you, Mr. Walker, no more delays.
Oh, thank God he's getting more time to prepare. Now if he can just get out of bed in the morning.
Ray Walker. That guy couldn't find his backside in the closet with a flashlight.
It's all part of the setup, Aaron. It's a conspiracy. It's a setup, and we have the obligation to expose it in print.
Expose what? You can't prove that the witnesses are lying. And it's not against the law for Martin Gage to have a shirt-tail relative working at the county hospital.
But my source overheard them plan the diagnosis. Now, if that's not obstruction of justice, I should go back to school right now.
So identify your source. Get him on record and we'll fire away.
I can't.
Then let it go. Everybody in this town wants to see Bo Reinecker locked up, including Bo Reinecker, apparently.
What about the lithium? Why hasn't anyone mentioned he was medicated?
Wynn, wise up.
I thought you'd never come out.
What are you doing here?
There's something you have to know.
What's wrong with your face?
I fell down.
Yeah, with someone's help.
You have to know the real reason why my husband is willing to lock away our son. He's been bribed by your father.
My father? Oh, come on. My father wouldn't even stretch the law, let alone break it.
What would you call a loan to a near-broke business run by an alcoholic in the amount of $81,000?
I don't believe it.
He got the check yesterday.
How do you know?
I know because he's babbling about it in a drunken stupor back at our house.
Do you have any proof?
If I had proof, I'd be on the judge's front porch right now. But you can get proof. You're the only one who can.
Now, wait a second.
I'm sorry. I know this all keeps falling on you, but you're the only one who can keep my son from spending the rest of his life in hell. You're the only one.
Stuffy! Come on! Here. Come on.
They say an old dog doesn't take to new tricks. You believe that?
Depends on the dog. What are you doing here? They call this breaking and entering, you know.
You want to compare crimes? I only want to make a deal. I won't tell on you if you don't tell on me. Just call off Doyle Reinecker. Bo's paid, Daddy. All he should ever have to.
Don't talk balance sheets to a banker, Wynn. Do you think 4 years in the hospital equals a lifetime I'm missing with my daughter? I believe now, and I'll go to my grave believing, people are responsible for their acts.
And what about your acts, Daddy? You've broken the law. Who are you responsible to?
To my God. And to Lisa. The trouble with life is it doesn't always follow the rules. You'll understand that someday.
I spent part of the night at the post office, Daddy. I made copies of those papers.
Then I guess you will have to decide if you want to send your father to jail to free your sister's killer.
I understand you now rest your case, Mr. Walker. And this is it? The release report from your client's former psychiatrist?
And the deposition from his ward supervisor. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, well, all right. I want to thank both counsels for the cooperation, and I'll now rule. We seem to have here conflicting opinions on Mr. Reinecker's competence. And given that, I'd have to say that the more convincing testimony is that of the county's medical expert. At least it's more current. So, in the matter of the care or treatment of Bartholomew S. Reinecker, I hereby...
You don't know the whole story. Tom Nolan is paying my husband to put our boy away.
Objection, Your Honor.
Under advisement, what are you talking about, Mrs. Reinecker?
My husband has received a loan from the Home National Bank for $81,000. If that's not a bribe, I'll flap my arms and fly.
You know anything about this, Tom?
Yes, I do, Al. Doyle Reinecker came to us a while back for a business loan, and I granted it to him about 3 weeks ago.
Wow, Tom, I'm a little surprised that you would loan money to Doyle Reinecker, of all people.
The truth is, I didn't want to do it, but, well, I finally realized I couldn't hold him responsible for his son's actions. Doyle Reinecker came to us for a loan long before we knew his boy was getting out. I don't blame his missus for trying. I don't blame her at all, but that's all there was to it.
That right, Doyle? Mrs. Reinecker, maybe you better just, wait outside, please.
My apologies, Your Honor, but I thought in this country you couldn't be tried twice for the same crime.
All right, let's get this over with. Mr. Estes, your objection is sustained. I hereby order that in the matter of Bartholomew S. Reinecker, that he be remanded.
Judge McGrath?
Now what?
About the loan. I wish it were as simple as my father just said. This is a signed copy of the agreement, dated yesterday.
But it was approved 3 weeks ago.
The loan is interest-free at 3 times the assessed value of Mr. Reinecker's company. The second paper is a loan given 2 days ago to Mr. Ivan White, another witness.
Those are privileged papers, Al.
Also, somebody should mention, Bo Reinecker's been on a drug that blocks violent behavior ever since its release.
Is that right? Why didn't you introduce that, Ray? I'd like to see the proposed patient and both counsels in my chambers immediately. Gentlemen, I may ask you to stipulate to this new evidence. Wynn, would you wait here, please?
Al, wait a minute. Al, wait a minute. You can't stop now. Never mind the letter of the law. What comes first? What's right for all of us?
I'll handle this, Tom. I suggest you wait outside.
I can explain the papers. Al, don't let him go. You let him get away before. You owe me.
No one owes you anything, Tom.
Motel's in the other direction. Are you sure you have time to drop me off?
Yeah, you sure we got everything?
I think so. You'll tell Daddy to pick up the car here, right?
Absolutely. Haven't you spoken to him since the court thing?
I tried.
You really miss him, don't you?
I'll get over it.
Oh, quit trying to be so adult.
Oh, really? What happened to that find your own identity diet you were feeding me last month?
You ate too much. Listen, your daddy and I probably don't agree on a lot of things, but he is a decent man and he's been put through hell. He needs your help, Wynn. Maybe more than you know.
What's that supposed to mean?
Walt said the police have seen him trailing the kid. From a distance, but actually following him. Maybe before you go, you ought to stop by and see him.
He wouldn't let me in the door.
You don't want to cut your roots. He doesn't want that, and you don't want it either.
What he wants, Aaron, is to hold on to Lisa. Maybe someday he'll be ready to let go. Until then, I'm the last person in the world who'd make any difference. Hello, Chaney. Is Daddy there? Oh. Well, tell him I called to say goodbye. I'm going back to school. He knows? Oh, the blurb in the paper. Oh, wait. I may have found him. Look, I'll call you from school. I promise.
Paper said you're leaving.
I'm going back to school on the red eye.
I decided I couldn't let you leave without saying thanks for what you did.
That's okay. You getting along all right with your dad now?
So. Listen, what can I say to make you stay?
I can't stay. There's nothing left here for me.
For 2 weeks, I've thought about nothing but you. I wanted to see you, but I couldn't risk it. Because the one other person in my life that I love besides you,
Loved?
I tried not to let it happen. What if I went with you? To the college. Their coach tried to recruit me once. We could get a place together, start a new life.
That's funny. A long time ago, I used to have some dreams kind of like that.
Come on. I'll drive us to the airport, grab a ticket.
It won't work, Bo. I've learned to believe in you. But I could never believe in us. Not after everything that's happened. Not to say it wasn't a great dream once upon a time.
Could I at least drive you to the airport?
Hey, we've got time. Take it easy.
Sorry. I thought you'd be glad to get out of this town.
No. But it's something that I have to do. And so do you.
Leave? I will. As soon as it's over.
What are you gonna do? Stay here? It could take forever to piece it together. And people will never let you.
No. I've got a new plan. I got to thinking how being with you helped me remember. So I started going to places that Lisa and I used to hang out. Everywhere. The burger bar, Eddie's, the park. Well, everywhere but.
Get out of here, Bo. You're free.
Free? I get no freedom from that judge, Winnie. There's only one way I'm ever gonna get that.
Turn around.
Why?
Drive to the dam. you okay?
Yeah.
Take your time.
This can work.
Uh-huh.
It's got to. I'm clear. I'm rid of the drugs.
You're rid of the drugs.
The lithium, I trashed it.
Why?
To keep it from blocking me.
But that's not what it does.
This is where Scott parked. I saw them from the bridge. I parked. I ran to the car. And there she was. With Drew. He had his hands on her. Help me, Wynn.
I'm trying.
Come on, help me.
Oh, don't! No!
I believed you, Lisa. I believed you. And every time you opened your mouth, you lied. You never cared. You never loved.
I do love you. It's always been you.
It's always been you, she said. But if you love me, then why Drew?
I can't marry you.
Why, damn it?
I'm marrying Drew Lanscott.
How could she marry Scott? She said she loved me. I ask her again. Why Drew?
Because I'm pregnant.
When were you shacking with Scott?
What's the difference?
You lying, rotten, I'll kill you. All right, wait. You don't have to have the baby.
Yes, I do.
I'll take you to the city. You can get an abortion.
I can't do it, Bo.
You can. You have to.
It's not Drew's baby. It's yours.
But you can't marry him and have my baby.
I can't do anything else. My father... An abortion would kill him.
Your father. The hell with your father.
I could never do anything to hurt my father. Ever. I'm sorry. I never should have fooled with you.
Fool with me!
Leave me alone, Bo.
Let me go!
You lied to me, Lisa.
I'm not Lisa!
I trusted you.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Should have went after her.
No, there is nothing that you could have done. Come on. You never have to come here again.
Daddy?
Lisa wasn't my mother. Now it's her.
No, it's not like that.
No, he didn't kill Lisa, Daddy. It was an accident. What are you doing? You don't understand.
I understand.
Lisa was pregnant. You knew? From the autopsy? But at the trial, there was nothing about... Dr. Gage did the autopsy.
She was God's angel. So she met you.
Now wait a second.
I never meant to hurt her, Mr. Nolan.
But you did. You started it. It's all because of you. You're responsible.
You can't be serious.
Get back, Wynn.
Daddy!
You heard him, Wynn.
You can't do this!
District Docket 141A, case number 209, the People versus Thomas E. Nolan. Counselor, are you prepared to enter a plea for the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead in the felonious death of Bartholomew S. Reinecker? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor, by reason of insanity.